Happy Friday, youth developer. Shabazz is in the house.
It's me.
It's him. It's
me.
him.
You say it like they know who I am. I'm like, yeah, hi, it's me.
Some of you may know him as Superman, although he just finished telling me what, Shabazz.
It's not, sometimes it's not on the weekdays. Sometimes you can only do a weekend thing. It depends. It's like you gotta maximize your time.
Absolutely, yes.
Everything in moderation.
Exactly. So stay tuned, guys.
Your world, I am living in it. I'm just happy to talk to you today. I haven't seen you in so long.
I love it. Yeah. So we're basically doing this interview as we haven't talked since I left the Y, pretty much.
Which was what? 2015?
15. That's Damn. 5 years. That is 5 years. The last thing or memory I have was when I went to one of your shows. I forget which one.
Because you brought me honey that broke in the parking lot.
Yes.
I brought me honey that broke in the parking lot.
You remember?
I used that honey for a long time. As I drink my tea.
Get out of here.
Yeah. It was at Felician University, which for the life of me, I cannot remember where in New Jersey is right now. But yeah, it was like a long time ago.
Yeah, you're talented. I know nobody who comes in the channel wants to have the light. I want to give the light, but you are talented, my friend.
You have a gift. Again, stop it, because then I'm gonna have to own up to stuff, and you gotta play it down so if people ever saw it, they'd be like, "Oh wow, that guy's really cool."
He's really cool.
You gotta play it down, keep it nice and level at the start, and then build it up.
All right. Well, speaking of start, let's talk about you beginning. What's your youth development story? How did you get started with the Y, first of all? How did that happen?
To start, I was born. That's number one. No, so...
Thanks to your mom.
Thanks, Mom and Dad. Appreciate
Shout out.
Yeah, so I'm a Jersey guy, so I live in Summit. I still live in Summit. I'm still here right now.
Oh wow.
Well, it's kind of like everyone knows YMCA is supposed to be the community of the big center of your community, which ours was at the time when I was growing up. Had a lot of youth programs, had a lot of team programs. I swam there. I did basketball there. I did our Black Achievers program there. Through that, you start doing things like volunteering. We were doing things in town, trips. So you just get used to it. And it's literally the center of town and blocks away from where I live. So you just tend to always be there. It's across the street from the middle school and the elementary school. So you're there after school. You're there on the weekends. And eventually I got to be of age to start working, and I started working with them. And I have literally, as of now, I've worked in almost every department of my YMCA. I literally just started working for fitness on Wednesday. I just have to work for lifeguards or aquatics, and I have worked every department since I've been there. So that's how that's the whole circle of it.
The circle of life, just bringing you up like a little...
Yeah.
What's his name in the movie?
It all goes full circle,
I love it. So you are still at the Y as of right now?
Yeah, I've always been a part-time person because, as you know, I'm always performing, or I'm always going here and there. So it's a really good day job for me. I still love the connection I have to the people who live in the area and who have known me or seen me grow up, people who I've seen grow up. So it's a two-way street. I get to make part of the living, and I get to connect with people around.
You are Summit. I mean, you got to be in the commercials. You represent that.
I mean, I am on the commercials of the YMCA.
Wait, you are?
So we always they've used me for things on our monitors in the building, but also I've done videos for the training. When we train new staff, I'm on those videos. Talking about what we're talking about now, just why things, how we relate to it. Yeah, I've done a few things for them.
Yeah.
I'm loyal to my hometown. Like, I'm always loyal. I'm like, I was just thinking about moving to New York pre-COVID and pre-everything because I was, you know, I'd be close to the cities for work.
Sure.
But I was like, oh, I'll probably always come back and raise my kids in Summit. Like, I'll probably do something like that.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So you're born, raised, Summit, Jersey boy, all the way.
I was born in Newark, and I moved to Summit when I was 7. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. When I was there, I was in a rough spot, right? Like at the time I got hired, I felt a connection when we went to the ACA conference, right? When I'm outside the building, I was under so much stress.
You are saying nothing more. It's life.
You know, and but just like with the whole journey, you and Emily, it's funny because when I first got there, I was like, yeah, we're gonna do this training, and you guys were like, we've been doing this for a long time, right? And it's when seeing you guys in action and seeing your like interaction, not just like with the children, but just as a team. That's always stayed in my heart, right? Because you're about the group. You're about like who's in there, and that to me has been very like fascinating on the way you facilitate. So I honestly, you know, this is not like, oh my goodness, Superman, although you are.
Saturday and Sunday. And Sunday.
It's just the weekend. But you really do have a give. What are some of the things that if you could like share with another person who's currently like a director for an after school or a camp, what would be your biggest advice for them when it comes to like really building a team and creating that? You do a really good job.
Well, thank you. You're making me blush over here. I'm very shy.
Stop it.
You know, it's funny because when was the last time we saw a show? 2015?
Yes.
I think my last year of camp was like 2016 or 2017. And I just went back to working camp this summer to a different camp just because COVID, I needed, you know, something to do. Yeah. And they were asking me some like similar things. And it took a long time. Like, I've been doing this. I've been working with kids for over 10 years, give or take. It takes a long time to find what your things are. Yeah. Not everybody's the same. Not everybody's going to be able to do what I do. I know I have a very specific style. You've seen that style. Sure. I have a very specific style of enthusiasm. I would always tell people like, I like to yell, but I don't like to yell. You know, I never yell. And the motto of what I like to say as I'm relating to children, but that should also relate to any group of adults not running children, but in the position of children, is that if the thing over here that I'm doing is so much more fun than the thing over there in their brain, they're going to want to do the thing over here. So if I'm so much more fun than a child, and the child can't keep their brain going for 2 seconds because they don't know the next thing I'm going to say or what we're going to do, then they can't take their eyes off me. Yeah. If I'm a leader of a group, if I'm a director or a CEO, anything, if I'm so involved, passionate, enthusiastic about what we're doing as a group and what I'm encouraging of what you're going to bring to that nucleus, then there's no way you can't want to be a part of this entire thing. You know what I mean? Yeah,
it's contagious. You certainly draw attention. I always pay attention to you.
No, again, I'm not very shy.
Yeah, stop it.
But that's like, I mean, I don't mean to. I'm an introverted guy. That's the funny thing. I'm an introverted person.
I believe that.
You know, I'm in my like little acting studio in my house. But like, if you have to be on like in a situation, especially if we're children, because we know that what's the saying as you learned in school, a child's attention span is half their age in minutes. An adult sometimes you think is worse. So, you know, how many times have you been sitting at your desk and you know you're supposed to do something, but you got up 5 seconds later and be like, I should really clean out the trash can right now. Yeah. If something that really, in fact, has to fascinate you, I have to encourage that for you, then you can get it back into yourself, you know?
What you're talking about with kids, I call that an art. So you got the science part and the art of it. It makes you Shabazz in what you do. But what else do you do, sir, besides acting? Like, what do you do for fun? I want to know.
I hate that question.
Get out of here.
Shabazzing much.
Did you say shabazzing much?
I know I don't swear. That's a lie. I swear. But like, I use my name as a swear because it sounds really fun. Like, you can use it as like, it sounds so shabazzing stupid.
I'm stealing that.
You can, but you have to quote me MLA format at the end of it.
Absolutely.
So here's why I hate that.
Okay.
Is because, not hate it, but it's just like, oh, how do I answer that question? Because everything I do fuels into the things that I love to do. So I'm an actor. That is my career. That is not like a dream or a goal or a hobby. That is my career. That's what I do. Everything I do fuels that. So I can say, oh, I'm a big wrestling fan. I love WWE, AEW, TNA. I'm a huge wrestling fan. However, when I was a kid growing up, being a wrestling fan is what made me want to be an actor. So I can't even like, that's like, okay, great. Oh, I love to work out. I love to lift weights, work out. Oh, wait, I have to be in shape and healthy for performing and being in a room with kids to be like, okay, you should really, don't you want to be big and strong like me? So it fuels that. Do I like to read? Well, I like to read scripts. Oh, wait, that fuels what I like to do for my career. So I like to watch movies, horror movies. I'm a big horror movie fan. Oh, wait, again, I'm an actor. My craft. So all the things I like to do are all surrounded. I'm a beach person. I love the beach. I love watching horror movies. Me and friends, we watch horror movies at least once a week. I'm a big wrestling fan. Working out. That's all I got going on.
I thank you for connecting all those dots. That absolutely makes sense. So it's not like you, I have to do that. No, you get to do that, and so many things benefit from it, right? It comes with who you are. That is so cool. That is so true. Absolutely. Because I asked the question, Shabazz, because so many people in the field like of youth development can get so burned out. And to be honest with you, when I left Summit, I blamed, right? I'm finally came into the light. I blamed nonprofits for the lack of self-care that I had, but I had to learn the hard way. It wasn't the why, it wasn't nonprofit, it was my lack of boundaries that I didn't do for myself. So, I mean, you're an example right now that you get to do all these fun things. You make it happen as part of like who you are instead of taking it like so seriously, because I was certainly uptight up there at Summit. Like you guys met me at that time.
Listen, I know how you feel, and that is something I've been preaching in the past like 6 months, 7 months. Be doing with quarantine is I had to learn something similar. When you met me, I hate to say I was younger. I was exactly in my mid-20s then. Like I was right in my quarter-life crisis, and I was saying it too. I wasn't far off from you, but in a youthful way, I've also been an athlete all my life. And I was just talking about this with another person I was doing a interview with before, is that sometimes as an athlete, a collegiate athlete, you don't know when you're actually hurt or just playing through soreness. So it's very easy for you to push things, just say, no, I'm fine. I'm not really tired. I can keep going. Yeah. And that's something I had to find out, like you just said, the hard way. I actually burnt out myself last year. I burnt out because when you met me, I had already been working. When you met me in 2015, I just come off 2 national tours. So I was coming off 2 tours, went right into a show into New York, back on the grind of auditioning, but back with you in the mornings, working with kids and burning myself out. With the why is because I was working in multiple departments also there. So I was stringing myself, working out with other schools at the same time. If you needed me, saying, yeah, I can be there because I'm so close. Yeah. Like, yeah, I'll just, I'll drive over. Burning yourself out, trying to make so many things happen. And you're right. People can burn out and lose themselves. I use the example of you can't see the forest through the trees. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I'm doing all these things, but are you really stopping for a second?
Wow.
You have to like set yourself up to say, no, I can't do this. It took me this year was my favorite vacation. First time I ever like actually vacationed.
Okay.
Like I don't like last year, my family always go on a group vacation for a week or a couple days. last year I was left early so I can go to a callback to an audition in the city, or I was reading and I was still answering emails from the YM for work. And then I just had boundaries. They'll be fine with me for a week, so it has to happen like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, boundaries is one of the things that has been the biggest game changer for me. What we say to ourselves is so important. And so that's why I love asking this question. It's like, hey, if someone is doing many things and someone's like really like living that life to the full, like how can we help others, right? And this is why this community to me is so dear. Like to have you, because I hope that you also get to watch other people's story, right? And that they get to watch yours and help each other out, especially if you're still at the YMCA.
Dude, I quit every single day. Like I quit every single day. I'm not coming back. I will not coming back. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
This is my last summer.
This is it. I'm not doing But yeah, I was working on a show once, and people were asking, like, the importance of parents, the importance of people in children's lives. And I'm very fortunate. I'm the youngest of 4, and I have both my parents in my life. Very, very fortunate. But the thing about parents, a parent's voice becomes a child's inner voice in their head. When you're talking to yourself, and do you call yourself Patty in your head? Like, you go, come on, Patty, let's get this together. Same thing in my brain. So you mentioned, it can be negative. What's wrong with me? So everyone yells at me because I actually do that to myself all the time. Like, I yell at myself, you're a shabazzing idiot. Come on, get it together. You're stupid. I say that to myself because for me it is, I know it's negative, but it's for me in a positive way because, sometimes you have to be stern with yourself and say, no, you are better than this. You're better than this. And that's the thing I've benefited from parents is that, no, you can lift that much. No, you can do all these activities at the same time and still get your grades to be a certain way. No, you can travel here, make it back in time you can do these things. It's a matter of the balance. And as youth developers, sometimes we have to step into that position. You've seen my style. I like to joke around with kids.
Yes.
I like to make fun of kids, but in a funny way that I won't single one person out. You're all getting it, even the adults in the group. Even this past summer, I love joking with kids, like adults. Oh my God, Patty, you're a very smart woman. You're a college educated woman. What does CVS stand for? That's what I thought. If you see how you're just stopped and you're thinking, I love to have that fun. But if I positively reinforce something in that child, you can do this. I believe in you. Even a clap, even a pound, a high five, you are taking place because somewhere that became a little voice in their head and they're going to remember it.
Yeah, those words are powerful. Words create an imagery. Images connects to our feelings. It influences us, right? Yeah. We can't help it. And there's the good self-talk. There's the bad, but I'm glad that you mentioned the good too, because those are, at the end of the day, you go to sleep with your own voice right. from what you heard from parents, from other people, but it's right here between your ears. I know you can't see them in here with my hair, but
yeah,
it goes there. So thanks so much for sharing that, because it's so true. And I do like the style, you're right. Cause I still remember how you mess with Kayla all the time. That's why I want to have lunch with you and Kayla.
I still mess with Kayla. Sometimes I will text her a short joke anytime I feel like it, or be an old Jew. I say, you know how old you are, Kayla? Yeah, you know that key that Ben Franklin used for electricity? That was to your dorm room. That's I joke like that. That's we have to joke around, and we all know it's out of love and it's out of care. But if there's also no point of levity, you gotta laugh at something.
You got to.
For that serious,
You got to. And by the way, what the heck does CVS stand for?
Consumer Value Service or Store. Which really sometimes I forget. I actually don't remember sometimes what it says, but again, if I say it really fast and I go off and
yes.
people be like, "What? Oh, he's doing something different." And so I gotta make fun of everybody. You gotta.
Yeah. I love it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you always had the sense of humor. But one thing I do love about you, I felt so much respect from you. Honestly, in that building, in that position that I was in, I didn't feel that from everybody, you know? So it's like, yes, we could have fun, but I really did feel that. And again, I owe that to that trip to ACS. So that to me was,
I just found
huge.
pictures from that too, you know, and I remember,
Really?
and I appreciate you saying that because I like to say that no corporation, no organization, no business, even a nonprofit, because you're still making a profit somewhere. Nothing's perfect, right? And I had to learn that again because after you left, everything when you left fell on me.
You're welcome.
You left, then the person under you who got your stuff left, and so they were like, "Guess what, Shabazz? Merry Christmas." But you had to learn that it's like nothing was perfect.
Yeah.
And you come to realize that the way you feel is nothing but a snowball. That means someone at the top is feeling some way, which means the next way. And you can, much like we just talked about before, is like you can post blame, but you can't. Because I can get yelled at, I can get called names, but how do I react to that? Like, how do I, that snowball is going to roll and it's getting bigger, it's getting bigger. Can I be a wall that it stops and I take the brunt of it and block everybody else? But then I might not be good to myself because I can only take so much before I start to crack. Or can I be a funnel to start to roll it down so it goes not straight down, picks up speed, but it starts to coast to the bottom, you know?
Yes, that's good. That's good. I mean, yeah, it's a beautiful balance. I like the way you use the fun. Did you just say funnel? Did I hear that? Because
I said funnel. I don't know if it meant funnel or slide. I'm not a very smart science person. Remember, I get paid to recite people's words. I just have to remember memory. I have to know what they mean. Because, but in my brain, like I pictured a snowball, like a marble thing, and like a wall. But if I had funneled it like a water slide, so it kind of just like circles down, that, and we start to share that weight, it's still gonna be huge.
Yes.
But it'll still get back to the down to the bottom.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask whether you said that because that's my current journey. Like when I'm with a client, I want to get right to the end of the funnel, right to the heart, and that's not how life works. You gotta walk the funnel. You gotta walk with people. And it's that investment, but really, really walking. And so when you mentioned that, I was like, that's so true, right? And that's how we got to do that with ourselves and then understand like your whole team, you have to walk with your team. You can't just like get right into getting to the end of that. So that's really cool. Thanks for reminding me that because that word, we're going to use that one. I'll quote you and me. Shabazz Patty.
Shapatty? It's a Shapatty. It sounds painful.
Shapatty. Yes. I'm putting that here in the notes. Shapatty. It's
right down. It's a Shapatty discussion, everybody. What are they cooking patties? Is it like a shish kebab patty? I don't know what it is.
That's funny. It's a Jewish patty.
It's a Jewish patty. You know, we're trying different things. We're very open to everything.
So what's in your Shamenda? That's Shabazzs Agenda for the rest of your year. See, I got that from Patty. Jimmy will be, instead of asking me, Patty, what's in your agenda? He will be like, what's in your agenda? And I was like, since we're mixing words, what the heck? What's in the Shamenda?
We can do it. I really don't know. Unfortunately, most theater is closed till next year. So yeah, I lost a gig or two this summer because of that. It's unfortunate, but again, has it been the best time? No, but I am healthy and alive, so I cannot complain. I'm a big thankful person, so like I gotta remind myself nothing's perfect, but I gotta remind myself, okay, not everything's terrible. I have gas in my car today. I got, so right now, did I wake up healthy? Awesome. I'm back. I'm still at the Y. I'm working with I'm the head of birthday parties and facilities rentals. Unfortunately, that's not happening right now. But I'm fortunate one of the people brought back, so I'm working with the fitness floor staff right now as we start to open back up. So I have a position with that. Doing things like this, if there are people who want some talks about acting coaching, just like things of like how to balance certain things. I'm no coach. I only talk about what I can bring, what has worked for me. Yes. Trying to create my own content. That's about it.
Yeah.
Just take it each day at a time, roll with the punches.
Absolutely. And
not take everything
what?
too serious.
Yes. Oh, Did I have to learn that? I mean, I marry basically a comedian, and I do get you when you say that you're an introvert because it's very true. Everybody thinks Jimmy's an extrovert, but he's the biggest introvert. But like you said, he just knows how to turn it on.
Yeah.
And so I've learned a lot about that. And what you just said, I gotta say that I still have it. You are a big thank you guy. You wrote me a couple of thank you cards. Do you know that? I'm sure you do.
I mean,
yes.
I read a couple. How many did I write?
2.
1 a week.
You did. In one of them, you had like this Superman sticker in it, and I want to say it was from when I went to one of your plays, and I'm like, yeah. And you told me I like thanking people. And do you follow what's his name? Oh goodness. He's from, he does every Friday thank you note. What is his name?
Oh, Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah. I've seen his,
that skit, the thank you with the guy playing the piano. Yeah, I think of you. When I see that, I'm like, Shabazz is writing a thank you card at one point right now. He's doing it.
So I try, because I think I'm a anybody who comes to a show, and in recent years, of course, like it's gotten so many, it's turned into like an email maybe or a Facebook message, like because there's a lot of people that come, thank goodness, knock on wood. But I'm also a birthday card guy, I'm a Christmas card guy, holiday card person, because it's great to text someone, but 49 cents or 53 cents, I don't know how much it costs, stamp, just even if it says, hey, hope you're well, is great. We'll send a Christmas card. I like that. It means like, just to say, haven't talked to you all year. Don't have your address. People don't get mail anymore. There you go. I'm also just a thankful person now. I keep a thankful journal. So I started with saying 3 things I'm thankful for a day. That turned into 5 a day. That turned into however many I want to write in a notebook a day.
Yes.
Because like I said, like at some point, anywhere, like today I wrote thankful that I'm going to talk to you today. It's just, it's something that, something new, something unexpected. That is great.
Yeah, I'm so grateful I got back in LinkedIn. I'm connecting with so many people.
I barely use my LinkedIn, but what's totally funny is like, as I said that, I got an email from somebody and I was like, oh, what?
Yeah, I love, that's a great practice, Shabazz. I do the same. I actually created my own journal. I call it a journer because it's my journal and my planner in one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm a geek with words. I love words.
Keep
word. As you were mentioning the 3 things, so I do one thing I appreciate about myself. One thing I'm grateful, I appreciate about my family, which as of now is Jimmy and I, and the moms, because my mom lives upstairs, his mom upstairs, we're the mom sandwich. And then one about my business. And one of the things that's new was about an appreciation about myself, because I was, again, going back to the stories you tell yourself, I realized how important that is for me to also say, I appreciate the fact that I was very transparent about XYZ, or like little things, during the day. So I'm excited that I made it to your journal today, that you were going to talk about. I mean, this is great. I hope that your fear of meeting with people loses it up a little bit, because I really do want to go to Summit.
I love hiking, but
hey, okay, I'll take you on that.
Let's take it like now. I haven't gone upstate New York. I haven't gone up there to get hiking done yet. So I want to try find some places. I mean, Jersey's supposed to be the green garden state, right? So there's some cool hikes in Jersey. There's some. I mean, like how we were at the reservation. It was like there's a lot of good stuff out there. Yeah, I've gotten lost for 5 hours out there before. But like I did most of my hiking in Colorado when I was performing in Colorado. So things don't match up to that. You kind of. Can't recreate can't recreate climbing your first 14. So
no. How did you do with the elevation in Colorado? Jimmy got sick on like the first 2 days we were out there. How did you do?
You're supposed to. You're supposed to. Like so my first time, I've been there now for like 3-ish, 4-ish years, back and forth. So the first time you couldn't explain what was going on, and for like 2 weeks, you just realized, wow, those 4 stairs made me tired. But the second, and then you realize like, wow, this one you know, half a cup of beer was, whoa, what was that?
Yeah.
My second time, I had a Mike's Hard Lemonade. The first night I got there, I'm unpacking. And in the middle of the night, I was so sick. I was like, what's going on? Why do I feel like I'm so drunk? And I looked at the trash can, and I was like, I had a Mike's Hard. I'm not related to the elevation yet. It was, but it gets quicker. When you get back down here, though, after being there for a long time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was just near the Olympic Training Center. It's insane because you're so much stronger. I can sing notes so much longer for like 3 days, and then it's gone. It sucks.
Wow. How long were you out there for?
I go for like, I've been like for like months, because like a contract is normally about 2 months.
Okay.
A year or two ago, I went for like about almost 4 or 5 months because I went 2 contracts back to back.
Gotcha.
So it depends on how long you're there.
Yeah, no, I love it. We went to Boulder, Denver, and Colorado Springs.
I've actually been in all 3 of those places. I was living in Denver and I was living in Colorado Springs for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't, literally, Colorado Springs has amazing water springs. I mean, like the rich minerals in these springs were like, that's water? That's not water. That's crazy.
It's insane. Like, I mean, I honestly would like, I kind of want to retire there now and I want to like live there because I just loved it that much. But it was such a slower way of life. I felt you were just so much healthier. Healthcare was like, you know, getting training and all these things and massages and physical therapy was just so much easier to get to. I love it. Like Denver, I loved living in Denver. It was great.
Yeah, I don't know where I read it. It's supposed to be one of the healthiest states. I think I was like doing research on diabetes, and that was like the state that had the least cases of it because everyone's working out.
Everyone, like so my first year there, I was in the mountains of the mountains. I was in gym on 10,000 feet. And there was no obese person. Like everyone is in shape. And I used to say like to go to the DMV to get your driver's license here, you only have to own like a kayak, a dog, and a bike, and you're fine. Like everyone's in shape, and like I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Well, Jimmy and I will be visiting you if that's where you're gonna retire because
come on out.
That's his place. That's his number one place. When we got married, I wanted to go to California. He wanted to go to Colorado. So we haven't been able to move because there's like a war. So we're still negotiating where our next move is going to be.
But you know, I'm a spiritual religious guy. So when you're climbing a mountain, there is no closer to God that you can literally get to. And it's really cool because you're like, oh man, I'm alone with my thoughts. But in hindsight, the worst part about that is, oh man, I'm alone with my thoughts. But it's like a two-sided coin. It's so great.
Yeah, that's so true. You know, I didn't get sick until actually it was back, like we switched, maybe because we needed to take care of each other. But he got sick right away. I got sick after.
Sometimes it's in weird. It just depends on you. Like if you take certain medications, if your blood is thinner, they say eat pasta before you get here. Take aspirin to make your blood thinner. Sometimes you're just gonna suffer through it.
It could be my people because you know you've heard of 23andMe. So I'm like 50 something Native American, and that is actually like my people.
Oh, that's your home.
Exactly.
That's your home. Yeah, people. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So Jimmy's like, your people were like running males in their sandals, so you're good.
Right. You just didn't catch up to you. Like that's the other stuff that I assimilated. Now there's the sickness sitting in.
Yeah. Oh man, this is awesome. Well, Shabazz, this has been a great conversation. I'm going to Summit. I'm pulling you out, and we're gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna get coffee, get Emily, get Kayla in there, and have like a little ACA little reunion. Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you for sharing not your story, your wisdom, and to me, it's very much appreciative because we want to create a platform where youth developers can come and meet and learn from each other, right? And then having parents, I love sending my videos to parents. I'm like, check this guy out or check her out, you know? But no pressure. You know, you're only Superman 2 days out of the week.
Yeah, it's Saturday and Sunday, especially in the pandemic world. I can't do it all day. I can't do it every day.
It's exhausting. You got to take care of yourself.
You know, maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Maybe I'll change it up, give it an extra day. I don't know. Let me ease back into it.
Sounds good. Well, thank you again for spending time with me, and we'll definitely reconnect in Summit for sure.
Absolutely. You got my number, you got my email, you got my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Things, hit me up.
I do. I got it all.
Got all my stuff.
Alrighty. Well, you enjoy your weekend, Shabazz.
Thanks. You too. It's good talking to you. I'm so thankful that we got to catch up.
Same here. Now, you made it to my gratitude journal. I'll send you a picture.
Yeah. That's all I wanted.
Exactly. All right, let's wave to the camera really quick.
Bye.
Bye, Shabazz. Take care.
You're my best.
I will.
And we're live in 5, 4.
Hello, this is YSuperstars. If you want to see a change, be the change you wish to see in your children.
Yes.
Any other messages you'd like to tell us?
That is all for today. Thank you.